On the Wax and streaming live on WFSB Plus. This is Eyewitness News this morning.
Right now, hundreds of caregivers for people with disabilities walking off the job. And it's not the first time they considered going on strike. We're explaining what they want changed.
A little song, a little dance, a little fog might cross your pants, especially in Torrington. You got a little bit of fog there, but in other parts of the state, it is a spectacular sunrise. What's in store for the weekend? I've got your full extended outlook on the 7-day forecast coming up right here on the Wax.
And political analysts raising red flags over the indictment of a former FBI director. This morning, a closer look at the charges and how he's firing back at those allegations. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We appreciate that, and we have a lot to talk about this morning, but we do want to get your morning ready, so let's say hello to meteorologist Scot Haney. Look at that sunrise behind us. Is that
so
amazing
beautiful.
or what?
Just gorgeous this morning, and it's going to bode well for a good day of weather.
Great.
A little bit of cloud coverage out there this morning. Those clouds are going to move out. And then we're talking about exceptional weather.
Love it.
Love it. All right, here's our Torrington ICAM. Good morning to you. Things look good there. Satellite and radar dry after 3/4 of an inch of rain fell at Bradley yesterday. Even more in other parts of the state. Over an inch. All right, Futurecast. Tomorrow's weather today shows us abundant sunshine. Look at this day, right? I just ran the clock down through 10 p.m. And then tonight through very early tomorrow morning, we're clear. Stargazing is a go. Bob, if you're out there watching, stargazing is a go. And then clouds start to roll in 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. So that is going to lead to a little bit of very isolated shower activity. Very late Saturday night. There, it just went by. I mean, that's how quickly it goes. Like between 1 a.m. Sunday morning and 5 a.m. Sunday morning, while most of us are sleeping, that's what you can expect, a little bit of shower activity. And then we get back to the really gorgeous weather on Sunday. So most of the weekend is dry. It's just from that time period, 1 a.m. Sunday through 5 a.m. Sunday, that we're going to get some isolated showers. All right, so for the rest of today, we're talking about temperatures in the upper 70s. Look at this, almost 80 degrees. We are forecasting 80 at Bradley with mostly sunny skies. And your 3-day forecast, increasing clouds late tomorrow. Sunday, showers early, very early. And then we enjoy a partly to mostly sunny day with temperatures near 80 degrees. Look at these summer-like temperatures, but don't think they're going to last, because by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we're talking about fall-like temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Kate, good morning.
They say about weather in New England. Just
wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yep, it'll change. Good morning, everyone. If you're heading out the door, weather did change. We're not dealing with the same issues we were dealing with yesterday morning. That's welcome here for your Friday. We're actually off to a really nice start. You're going to need the sunglasses as you're heading out. Look at this bright sunshine here in Meriden. Sun glare could be an issue here for that morning commute. Watch out for the kids at the bus stop here as well as they're waiting to get picked up to head to school. That's a live look 691 east and westbound. Here's a look outside in Middletown along Route 9. Here's a look in Hartford, 91 north and southbound lane of traffic coming towards the screen here. Heading on to 84, no delays there. This is an area, actually these two spots here, Meriden and Middletown, that we see some daytime construction work that'll pick up probably about an hour and a half from now. Live look outside in Waterbury by the Mixmaster, 84 east and westbound. We're looking great here on your Friday morning. No crashes, no major incidents. Again, that construction picks up between about 8:30 and 9 o'clock. Normal delay is actually not even doing too bad down through Fairfield County. That's a live look at your drive times 95 southbound towards the George Washington Bridge. That's a check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, happening right now, hundreds of caregivers on strike demanding more money for their pensions. They say it's in danger of defaulting, and they might lose their retirement entirely.
Your reporter Taylor Knight is live with the details this morning as the caregivers are taking to the picket line in Manchester. What's going on there, Taylor?
That's right. The strike started just over an hour ago. You can see them behind me. Members of SEIU 1199 are rallying, holding flags and chanting in front of this Network Human Services facility where many of them work. In total, about 500 members from 3 different agencies have walked off the job this morning due to pension concerns. According to a union spokesperson, the union is asking Network Inc., Caring Community, and Alternative Services Inc. to increase increased their pension contributions by 0.2% to keep the fund healthy and allow these workers to retire comfortably. That equals about between $700 and $1,500 per month per agency. We also learned that a fourth agency, Whole Life, was supposed to strike today, but they came to an agreement with the union yesterday, so their workers are not striking today. Channel 3 did contact all three agencies that have workers striking today for more information about this strike, but they have not gotten back to us at this time. We will keep you updated on air and online at WFSB.com. Your reporter live in Manchester, Taylor Knight, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Taylor, thank you. This morning, bus drivers in Middletown and Cromwell say they're prepared to walk off the job next week if they don't reach a new contract agreement with their employer. Starting Wednesday, thousands of students would have to find another way to get to and from school. Drivers we spoke with say they don't want to leave kids behind, but say they need better pay and health insurance. The bus company says their most recent proposal included pay raises and better benefits.
We're on top of developing news here this morning. Political analysts say President Trump is ramping up his attacks against his opponents after former FBI Director James Comey was indicted. He's facing charges for allegedly misleading Congress while testifying about the FBI's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. The indictment came days after the president appeared to ask his attorney general to target him. The attorney general says no one is above the law. Comey says he's innocent, adding that he trusts the judicial system.
Right now in Waterbury, families are waiting for test results to confirm their water is safe. Until then, they'll have to boil their water or drink from water bottles. This affects dozens of homes, businesses, and schools impacted in Tuesday's massive water main break on Huntington Avenue. The city hopes to have results back by this evening. The school district is once again asking parents to send their children to class with filled water bottles. Food will be prepared off-site. A heads up for people in Norwich this morning. You may have to reset your appliances here. Power now back on after a planned outage that lasted about 3 hours in the city's east side and Laurel Hill neighborhoods. Crews were making emergency repairs to a transformer that utility says it was in danger of failing.
This morning, a former daycare worker in Middletown is serving 8 years in prison for child abuse. She was caught on video throwing a child who hit a wall and had bruising. She was sentenced yesterday after pleading guilty to several charges.
This morning, a big update to a cold case in East Hartford that spans 50 years. Police say a suspect is now arrested. In 1973, 21-year-old Janet Kocher was stabbed to death in her home on Cannon Road. Police have charged 77-year-old George Laguerre in this case. They say he climbed through her window and killed her. Avon police linked him to a kidnapping in the 80s, which shared similarities to the East Hartford case. Laguerre is serving a 25-year sentence for that crime.
The Old Saybrook Police Department is preparing to welcome a new police chief. Last night, the commission voted to appoint William Onofrio as the chief there. He's replacing Chief Michael Spera, who announced his retirement after a report raised some concerns about his leadership. Onofrio will be sworn in October 1st.
This morning, time running out for Congress to pass a spending bill and avoid a government shutdown. The budget is set to run out on Tuesday. President Trump canceled a planned meeting with Democratic leaders this week. Democrats say they will not approve a spending plan unless health care cuts are restored. The White House has threatened to fire workers at several federal agencies if a deal isn't reached.
Well, district leaders in Shelton say they've busted hundreds of drivers for illegally passing school buses.
And every offender was caught on camera. Your reporter, Roger Susanen, is live in studio with how this technology is exposing an ugly truth. And Roger, unsettling to say the least.
Absolutely. You know, as more districts and transportation companies are now strapping surveillance cameras right onto their school buses, we are learning basically that no matter where you live, drivers like this person right here, and this person right here, busted as well, are all ignoring stop signs and illegally and dangerously flying by your kids on the school bus. Now, just yesterday, in fact, the Shelton School District became the latest to announce that over the last 30 days, the first 30 of the school year, 560 drivers have, as these folks are blowing right past school bus stop signs, and they're all, every single one of them, breaking the law. Here in Connecticut, drivers are required to stop when a bus's red lights start flashing. All of these offenders just got a warning in the mail, but that's going to change on Monday, and drivers will at that point be slapped with a $250 fine. Now, local leaders say they hope those penalties will make people wake up and slow down.
Don't pass the bus. I mean, it's that simple. What's it going to save you? Nothing. But it could take a life.
And the stakes really are high here because a few drivers have already hit students near school buses this year. And by the way, these cameras are coming to more districts later this year, including Waterbury and New Haven. Live in the studio, I'm your reporter, Roger. Suzanne and Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Scott, I'll send it over to you.
Roger, that was a great soundbite. That man made a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
Right? 7:10. Hi, everybody. We like to see this unlikely line. Yes, look at that line. That means the chances for rain today are non-existent. But there is a little hiccup for the weekend. You'll notice by Sunday, it does start to grow a little bit. Not greatly, but a little bit. I'll explain when some raindrops might fall coming up in just a bit. In the meantime, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Scott, thanks. And the Durham Fair continues today after organizers powered through that rain last night. What you can expect before you head there this weekend.
I'm Ansonia School Resource Officer Michael Barry. Always stay seated while the bus is moving. Let's get back to school safely.
This 3 Cares message is brought to you by the Connecticut Police Chiefs Association, policeapp.com, and Speed Enforcer, powered by DACRA Tech.